don't really have a lot of late game because we don't have Rage Fire in here because we're running the budget version of this deck. So Ivory Tower. So we are running Budget Ruby. This guy likes to play against me apparently. We'll go ahead and play first, of course, because we are the aggressor here. So pretty good opening right there. We got the Charge Bot into Arena Brawler, so keep hand. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's not too much I can do as a dad. So the nice thing with this hand is I do get a turn 3 Blaze Elemental, which is pretty nice. So we'll see if we can beat Ivory Tower's control. I think he's a control deck with this budget aggro deck. Pretty budgety. This might be one of those situations where we want to go ahead and just extend into extinction. To force it out. The nice thing, I guess, about having Ruby Lance is it does deal with a lot of problematic cards, so... We have 2 Gore Feasts of Tempodol because you can get that in the budget deck, but other than that, it's, yeah, all commons and uncommons, so this is on the last version of the deck building with the Squire. We put this deck in. So we can actually, if we had Gore Feast right now, we could Gore Feast with Crimson Clarity, which is pretty awesome. We'll go ahead and get our Blaze Elemental here. We'll play Arena Brawler in our second main phase. Because if we want something to get swept, it'll be that over the Veteran Gladiator. So, yeah, I'll go ahead and play the Arena Brawler here. Yeah, because he's 2 turns away from playing some sort of sweep, so... Which puts us in a good spot. We really don't need to cast any more troops here. If he murders one of our 3/1s, that helps him out quite a bit. Buccaneer, okay, sure. So we'll lance that Buccaneer and swing through. Just trying to tempo us a little bit here. I don't think tempo is really a great option for a deck that can cast so many troops with haste anyways. So Ruby Lance is only troops, so definitely we'll just do this during our main phase here before we even declare an attack. And then proceed in. I guess we could have Crimson Clarity'd there. No, it still wouldn't have given us enough to play the Arena Brawler in a second main phase, so he does save himself some damage next turn by doing that, by playing that Buccaneer. Otherwise he would have ended up trading it for the Arena Brawler probably, so that would have just been my single swing. So another Buccaneer, not a big surprise there. Buccaneer's my Arena Brawler. Sure. So let's see. So we'll go ahead and play Charge Bot and Veteran Gladiator and just leave it at that. That's another 5 damage right there, so not really too much else to do here. He swings through, I take 2, it's perfectly fine. He tempos my Veteran Gladiator, that's fine, I have the resources to replay it. has no attack. Okay, I guess he's gonna attack here. Maybe he's got a sweep now. Just fine too, because that's a 2. He's giving up 2 cards for 3 of mine if he sweeps here. So he might have sweep here. Yeah, he does. So he just 2 for 3'd me. Which doesn't seem that great. If I can get some sort of haste troop out, that seems like optimal. So we'll go ahead and play this guy. I guess I'll clarity into an arena brawler here. Let's see, he might have another extinction, but he kind of has to extinction again or do something here. So of course he plays another Buccaneer. It's a bad trade for me there, and I don't want to trade my Pyromancer yet for it. So I mean, I have to make the trade on the arena brawler. I'm basically out of gas here. Okay, he's got his, yeah, champion power to take control with that guy. Buccaneer for my guy, sure. Savage Raider seems pretty good in this situation. Play that guy plus an arena brawler. It's really, I mean, it's pretty much autopilots itself, this deck, so not a lot of choices to make. Yeah, something tells me he doesn't have extinction, otherwise he would have extinctioned instead of playing that Buccaneer. Eldritch Streamer is pretty good blocker. He's probably not going to block the arena brawler with the Eldritch Streamer. Probably trade. Yeah, he'll block Eldritch Streamer to Savage Raider. Removal will be good to draw into for that Eldritch Streamer here. No, Crimson Clarity's not going to do it. So we'll go and swing in. He gets a free Savage Raider here. So that's good for him, I guess. Probably trades his Buccaneer for my Brawler, I guess. Yeah, just makes that trade, sure. So yeah, he's getting card advantage all over the place. Go ahead and play this guy. Yeah, I'm really not liking Crimson Clarity in this deck, so we're going to pull that for another... But Gorefeast also, if I had board position at one point in time in this, when I did have board position, Gorefeast could have pushed me over as well. Urnas, alright. Yeah, so I'll just call it good games there. There's not too much I can do at this point, really. That's a super stabilization, so. Alright, we're gonna fix that. Yeah, so it was way too late in that game. So we're gonna go ahead and play that extra Veteran Gladiator. We definitely want that. I really don't think that I need Crimson Clarity in here. So probably another Taskmaster. Seems a lot better for this deck. So go ahead and save. And we'll try this budget version. I think this is going to be better for me. Yeah, Crushing Blow might be another option for this deck too. Yeah, Crushing Blow is probably pretty good as well. Like, even drawing Suppressive Fire in that situation would have been helpful. Also have Ruby Aura in here. Now we'll keep it at this. I think this is fine. else is on? Who else is on? Budget Ruby, let's go. Budget Ruby, go. So he's playing Mono Ruby, which is probably like one of the worst matchups. Play first, obviously. Depending on what he drops. If he plays like an early mana dork, we need to burn it. We don't have burn, of course, in hand. We'll keep this though. We've got a good curve out, so open up Savage Raider into Pyromancer into Gladiator, and we got Charge Bot to get us to our Blaze Elemental. So seems pretty good. Turn 1 Savage Raider is pretty good. I mean, this is one of those decks where it's like, it has a chance, but it's one of those things where you have to win by about turn 5-ish. So, you know, you just got to be faster than your opponent. And if you burn out, you burn out. You're like, the cards you're going to be picking up to make the deck better are going to make it infinitely better. Yeah, I mean, turn 3 Poke Power is what it was back a long time ago, many moons ago, but that's back when it used to cost 3 and you used to be able to play it on turn 2 with Charge Bot. But yeah, Charge Bot helps get us to Poke Power on turn 3. Yeah, we're playing those budget decks. So go to our attack step, swing in. Turn 3 is anytime I can get damage earlier, it's better. Because by that time I should have, like, in this situation I can have Pyromancer down as well. So the nice thing about playing against this deck, though, is the fact that I don't have to worry about removal until he starts playing something with at least 3 toughness. Then I gotta worry about that stuff a little bit, but that's kind of a big deal playing against this deck. Yeah, like this guy, I guess I'm gonna end up burning just to clear the path. So the play will be burn that guy, play the Charge Bots, and get my Poke Power with the Blaze Elemental in play. Yeah. So yeah, burn. Let's go ahead and burn this guy in our main phase here. Yeah, Poke Power plus Gore Feast is also really powerful. If I have the Gore Feast, I'd be looking at the Gore Feast in hand, and then I can hold a turn as well. So, I mean, I still have the choice. I get to use the Poke Power when I choose to use it, but turn 3 is much more powerful to me. Because look at this, I've got 8 damage, so it's turn 3 and he's at 10. Seems pretty good. Now is when he should be able to stabilize, though. So 6 cards in hand, he should have something. If he gets stifled on resources, that's the other thing this deck really does take advantage of, is like if your opponent goes on 2 resources and they don't draw that 3rd resource, they're in some trouble. So I have to play my Gladiator in the main phase here. It'd be nice to draw a burn for his Howling Brave. We have to go ahead and just swing in with the Pyromancer, which is going to be the best block for him to make with the Howling Brave. Because we just need to stay as aggressive as possible. Gladiator is going to be really helpful if he drops like a Honeycap. He probably won't block though, because he needs this ramp. Okay, so he's going to go ahead and make that swap. Okay, so 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have him at lethal here, and he has to drop two blockers. So he drops a Briar Legion, which is a 2/2. So it's enough it can block my Gladiator, but he needs to drop another blocker. So otherwise, I just, yeah. So there you go. There's a win with the budget deck. So it's good games, basically. Because I don't think he can do anything with one resource, so... yeah. Right, and yeah, so far we haven't even seen me draw into a Gore Feast yet. So it may be worth noting that you might want to go up to 3 Gore Feasts in this deck, maybe? Just so that way you make sure to draw it, but you don't want it in your opening hand necessarily. Even without Ragefire, this deck is pretty decent. Or Zoltog, or... I mean, we could also play, what's her name in here as well? We could play, because you get her in the deck. I forget what her name is. Because I've got crying children in the background. Well, yeah, but you could get 3. I mean, Gore Feast is $10 basically because you buy the deck, the sealed deck, and it comes in there. So, Tatalka, yeah. You could also run Tatalka in here. Yeah, Tatalka is. I think as a one-of, she could be perfectly fine in this type of deck. Obviously. Zoltog's a lot better, but he's legendary, so he might be a lot harder to come by. Although I'm not sure what he's going for on the store right now, or what we're valuing him at. I'd have to look. Yeah, I know. Everyone wants the drafts to get up. That's what I'm waiting for as well. So I don't know if I'm going to get another person to play against here, and I kind of need to play another deck. I'm going to play one more with this deck, and then we're going to swap to the budget tempo deck and see if that one does decently well for us.
It's right there.
All right. Well, it doesn't look like we're getting anyone else to play against us here. Yeah, definitely keep those packs. And John has said already, don't worry about tournaments, because John says if there's no trading in the game, then I guess I can just hit the play button. We'll see what happens. If there's no trading and there's no internal market in the game, he will not run a tournament. So he'll hold the tournament a month till the next month, and for the whatever you call it, tournaments. For the Hex CCG Pro tournaments. Okay. Well, it looks like the play button's actually challenging people. People are using the play button. That's surprising to me. Ghost Bear. This is a Ghost Bear. See this guy in chat. I haven't actually played against him until now. So he's playing a some sort of control deck, so it looks like. So, oh, there's our Gore Feast. We get to see how good Gore Feast is for us. So we've only drawn 2 resources, but we're perfectly fine. We have plays, so we're going to keep this. We have a pretty good chance of drawing our resources. If we get stifled at 3 resources, we're in some trouble, but it's not too bad. Scrivener's fine. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and open up with Savage Raider. It's kind of a bad... If he plays a turn 2 Knight, then we're in trouble, basically. That's probably the nightmare of this deck. It's turn 2 Knight when I play a Savage Raider. So he might have a turn 2 Knight in hand. He might also have Angel in this deck. If he turn 2 Angels, then it's kind of like, well, I think I'll just scoop up my cards and hope that you don't get lucky again next time. Yeah, if he top decks an Angel here. Okay, so looks like a turn 2 Knight. No, Krakengard Mariner. Okay. That's fine. We'll trade body for body with him. Chances are that we have more spells than he has, and yeah. Okay, so he's going to swing in for 1. I'm perfectly fine taking that 1. I don't want to... It's a pretty bad block for me, and I don't think he's going to make this block with the Mariner. So, if he's going to do that, you might as well have done that and then done his Mariner in the second main phase there. I could burn to the ground his Scrivener, but we'll just hold off on doing that. And so probably Pyromancer is the play here. We'll do that in our second main phase. See if he blocks. He shouldn't block here. Now it does make it so we don't... it gives us options in our... If he doesn't block, we'll see what happens. Doesn't block. Taking 3 is fine, I think. Yeah, taking 3 is fine. So we'll just play our Pyromancer out. Then we get a... If we draw a resource, we can play the Furious Taskmaster and give him haste, which is a pretty respectable amount of damage all in one turn. Well, yeah, we're not blocking this 3 damage. He didn't draw the Knight. Okay, so Spiritcliff Cloud Knight kind of ruins our day. We need to burn to the ground that thing with extreme prejudice. That's, yeah. There's no way he'll block with it. It puts us actually in a defensive mode here. We're gonna take 3. Yeah, we really need to draw that resource now for burn to the ground so we can take care of his Cloud Knight. Or draw burn, one of those two things, or a lance. No, that doesn't work. Okay, so we drew an arena brawler, so we're in a really bad spot now. My ball thing. I don't know what you're talking about, right? I haven't texted that person yet. No. So he's not going to block this, obviously. He probably wouldn't block the Pyromancer either. The Cloud Knight. But, kind of want to stay defensive here. So I'll probably trade Arena Brawler for Krakengard Mariner, I guess. Cloud Knight's going to win it for him. Shield Trainer, sure. Another Scrivener, sure. Yeah, that's, I could see that happening. He's playing things in his first main phase, which seems pretty bad to me. So I'm just going to go ahead and make that trade, and we'll take 1 to 4. Take 4. Yeah, Neo just like comes out of nowhere, and like he gets so lucky with his draws so many times. It's just ridiculous. So our draw is pretty bad here. Oh, there we go. There's our resource that we're looking for so long. So yeah, we need to just burn to the ground this Spiritcliff Cloud Knight. So yeah, we're just gonna do that right now. He's pretty far ahead on him, so we kind of have to be defensive. We're just gonna sit on this board state really. We'll take 3, I guess. We're pretty far behind. I think we can still take 3. Yeah, we still need this Pyromancer, so. So the burn to the ground may have just, if we do win this, like that, drawing that 3rd resource for burn to the ground is kind of a big deal. The Clergyman, the 3/3 Clergyman is kind of a problem. But Taskmaster will trade with him if I have to. He also stifles his forward momentum. I'm basically on the back foot here. I have to be defensive. I can't even really play this Savage Raider, so I'll take 3. Gore Feast gives him Rage 1. I'm not. I can't even deal enough damage though. That's the problem. So I'll play Taskmaster now, and the Savage Raider. Well, he blocks a Savage Raider.
You wait. You wait, big guy, huh?
I want to watch toys right now.
Yeah, we'll just let him block the Savage Raider here. And see if he thinks we're bluffing with some sort of removal for his clergyman. He might just take it. Yeah, he's going to take it, so that's good for us. The bluff worked, and we'll just go ahead and play Taskmaster here. And a Taskmaster. Now we've got a blocker for his guy if we need it, which we probably... And he blocks all of his other guys really well. Plays another Cloud Knight. That's really bad for us. That's a really big Cloud Knight that we can't deal with. This is where Rage Fire would really come in handy. Removal for that Cloud Knight is kind of really important. He must have just top decked it. So I think I might want to just Gore Feast now. I wish I had the Veteran Gladiator, but because I have to swing with these Savage Raiders, I want them to be as big as possible. So, of course, he just swings back for the win, really. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, he basically wins here. This is basically good games. So, I mean, we really can't do very much else here. With that another Cloud Knight in play, that Cloud Knight just kind of won him the game. So we're going to proceed to attack steps. Swinging with the house here, to which he'll probably block Cloud Knight to Pyromancer.
No, this one.
And then we get another attack phase, and I get to swing through again. He could take all the damage and like he still would be fine. Oh, you know, I forgot to play my elemental. Forgot to play my elemental. Yeah, I know. I've got kids screaming and crying in the background and complaining. I'm blaming that. Yes, I know. I know I'd messed up the elemental. I'm completely... Don't worry. This deck... I'm not worried because this isn't going... I don't know why he blocked with that many guys. He really didn't need to. He basically won the game there, so I guess... Okay, well, I guess. That seemed kind of silly to me, but... Because he could have won that right there. That seems silly to me. Oh well. Yeah, I should have done the Poke Power, because then he would have had to block something else, maybe. He's giving me a chance, is what he's doing by doing that, by blocking that way. He gives me another turn to draw something to deal with his Cloud Knight. Because 1 damage a turn, I can take that for quite some time. Call to the Grave, his other... Okay, that's the wrong choice. He should have drawn his other Cloud Knight. That's not the best choice there. Should have drawn his Cloud Knight, because Cloud Knight does a lot more for him. So... What's going on over there? What's that noise? Sounds like buzzing. That's all it sounds like. All I hear is buzzing. It's not loud and bass. It's that's what it is.
It's a guitar. I heard guitar.
Just go ahead and play this. Pass the turn. Really nothing else to do here. Yeah, exactly. Like, even if he did, he gave me an extra turn that he didn't need to. So that's 4 plays on his point. I mean, he's already way ahead on this game. He was winning. He was going to win it. He's playing a life gain deck against my Mono Ruby deck. So games 2 and 3, you want to have the Witch to side in. Of course, the Witch is rare, so that kind of puts us out of budget range on this deck. But it's another one of those things you kind of want to have for matchups like that.